All right, get ready for a whirlwind tour of some of the most surprising facts you're going to hear all day. We're going to dive into our weird world, the bizarre animals that live in it, and yeah, even the unbelievable body you're living in right now. We're going to cover a lot of ground, and we're going to do it fast. So, to kick things off, I've got a question for you. Why do guinea pigs popcorn? Yes, you heard me right, popcorn. It's a real thing, I swear, and it's probably even weirder than you're imagining. Stick around, we'll definitely get to the answer. Okay, so first up, let's talk about our weird, wonderful world. I've got a few facts about our planet and its history that, well, they might just change how you see your place in the universe a little bit. Here's one that really messes with your mental timeline. We think of the Aztec Empire as ancient history, right? And Oxford University, it's just old. But get this. Oxford was already an established, thriving university for over 300 years, before the Aztec Empire was even founded. Isn't that wild to think about? Okay, from human history, let's zoom way, way out to cosmic history. We all know Saturn's a gas giant, but this is just awesome. If you could somehow build a bathtub big enough for it, the whole planet would just float like a giant, gassy bath toy. It's actually less dense than water, which is just hard to wrap your head around for something so massive. All right, let's come back from space and go way, way back in time. We're talking 360 million years ago. Before there were trees, what do you think covered the Earth? Giant mushrooms. Seriously. And I'm not talking about the kind you find in the supermarket. These things were up to 24 feet tall. Can you even picture it? It must have looked like a totally alien planet. It's kind of crazy how much of our own planet is still a mystery. We all learn about the Himalayas, the Andes, but the longest mountain range on the entire planet, it's underwater, completely hidden. The Mid-Atlantic Ridge goes on for 26,000 miles. To put that in perspective, that's like 5 Great Walls of China, just chilling at the bottom of the ocean. Okay, so we've talked about the planet. Now let's talk about the bizarre animals that call it home. The animal kingdom is just packed with weird behaviors in biology that you just wouldn't believe. All right, time to answer that burning question from the beginning. What is popcorning? Well, it's pretty much what it sounds like. When a guinea pig gets super happy and excited, it just explodes with joy. It leaps straight up in the air, twists and kicks, exactly like a piece of popcorn popping. It's just pure, adorable happiness in action. And hey, it's not just animals doing cool stuff. Plants have some wild survival tricks up their branches. Take the acacia tree. An animal starts munching on its leaves and bam, the tree pumps out these nasty toxic tannins. But that's not all. It then releases a puff of gas that basically acts like an alarm system, warning all the other acacia trees nearby to get their own defenses ready. We're talking about trees communicating. Talk about a weird family reunion. On one side, you have this little guy, the chevrotan, or mouse deer. It looks like a tiny deer, except it has fangs. Kinda cute, kinda creepy. And on the other side, its closest living relative, the elephant. No, I'm not kidding, a 10,000-pound elephant. It just goes to show you, evolution has a serious sense of humor. Who knew buffalo were so democratic? When a herd of American buffalo needs to decide which way to go, they don't have a leader just pick. They vote. And here's how they do it. Individual buffalo will just stand up, stare in the direction they want to go, and then sit back down. After everyone's had their say, the whole herd just gets up and moves in the direction that got the most votes. Pretty cool, huh? All right, we've looked at the world, we've looked at the animals, now let's bring it home. And I mean really home. Let's talk about the strange science of you, your own unbelievable body. This one might sound like science fiction, but it's 100% true. You are bioluminescent. You are glowing. Right now. Seriously. Your body gives off a tiny, tiny amount of light from all its chemical reactions. It's way too faint for our eyes to see, but the light is there. You're literally a walking nightlight. So, okay, we're glowing, but what are we made of? Well, when you break it down, we're mostly just 3 things: hydrogen, oxygen, and carbon. But that little 1% of other stuff is where it gets interesting. Did you know, for example, that you have trace amounts of gold in your body? Yeah, you're literally worth your weight in, well, a very, very tiny amount of gold. Check out this number, 40,000. What do you think that is? That is roughly how many skin cells you shed every single hour, just gone. You are constantly rebuilding yourself, shedding the old you. Think about that. Over a day, that's almost 1 million cells you've just left behind.
This one's a classic, but it never stops being incredible. Picture a giraffe's neck. It can be 6 feet long, and then there's your neck. Not quite the same. And yet, you both have the exact same number of neck bones, 7. The only difference, a giraffe's neck bones are just stretched out. They're each like 10 inches long.
Okay, for our last stop, we're going to the most mysterious place of all, your own mind. Let's talk about the absolutely mind-bending quirks of your brain. You'd think over time our brains would get bigger, right? Nope. Turns out your brain is shrinking. Over the last 10,000 years, the human brain has actually lost a chunk of mass about the size of a tennis ball. Now, don't panic. It doesn't mean we're getting dumber. Scientists think our brains just got more efficient, like upgrading a clunky old computer to a sleek new one. Okay, this next one is a big one. It'll change how you think about your own life. You probably think of your memory like a video recording, right? You just press play and watch the past. But it doesn't work that way. Every time you remember something, you're not playing back the original event. You're actually remembering the last time you remembered it. You're rebuilding it, and that new version becomes the memory. Your past is literally changing all the time. So everyone knows about déjà vu, right? That feeling you've been here before. But have you heard of déjà rêvé? It's even weirder. It's that spooky, distinct feeling that what's happening to you right now has already happened in one of your dreams. It's your dream world and your real world overlapping.
And that leaves us with one final, kind of unsettling question to think about. If your memories change every single time you recall them, if they're more like a story that you keep editing, then what part of your past is actually real? How much of your identity is built on the actual events, and how much is built on the story you've told yourself about them? Chew on that for a while.